It really dropped. It's actually here. It really dropped. Oh my god, Eternal Atake is here. I jumped off that couch like 6 times to get a good take of that. I don't know why, I'm just gonna use it for a bad meme in the end, but why does that have me so out of breath? Hey guys, CDTVThaG here, and the G stands for good lord. Eternal Atake is dropped, and it dropped a week before the announced release date. And I'm furious about that, because Uzi dropped Eternal Atake before I could drop my Lost Boy reaction. And no lie, no word of a lie, today when I'm recording this, Friday the 6th of March, 2020, I was planning to drop my Lost Boy reaction tonight. I was gonna finish up the editing today and put it out, and that's no word of a lie, no cap. You guys thought you were getting the hair reveal just there, not yet, not today. But no. Eternal Atake dropped. I think it doesn't need to be said that I am excited for this album. This is the first time I'm listening to a new Lil Uzi Vert album as a relative fan of Uzi. In 2019, I just started listening to more Uzi music and it just clicked for me. It grew on me, and now I really enjoy it. It makes me feel happy. I like the production that he uses a lot, and I think he has a pretty nice voice to work with it. So in almost every aspect, Lil Uzi Vert has grown on me. So I'm going into this as someone that enjoys Uzi. I do kind of know how Uzi has segmented this album because I saw him talking about it on Twitter right before I checked this out. It's split into like different 6-track segments. Uzi has all these different characters now, and I don't really know what the difference in sounds is going to be between them, but I guess we'll find out on this project. The first 6 tracks are his baby Pluto alter ego. Tracks 7 to 12 are his Renji alter ego, and then the last stretch of tracks are Lil Uzi Vert. What all that means, I don't know, but Uzi tweeted about it, so that's how the album's structured. We'll see what the actual sound of that is. So, without any more being said, let's just get into Eternal Atake by Lil Uzi Vert. Not something I was expecting to say today. CDTV, the Uzi Stan, back at it again, and let's get into track number 1, Baby Pluto.
Welcome to Eternal Atake.
Thank you very much.
I turned to an addict, I brought me a paddock, I brought her a baby with me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Maybach came with 2 doors, yeah, that's a Mercedes for sure.
It's already giving me a happy vibe.
Yeah, we brought the full door, had to get ready for it.
I can't wait for the drums to come in.
I swear that pussy too wet, sticky. I kicked her right.
I don't know why, but there's something that's just really off-putting to me when rappers refer to pussy as sticky. Smoke Perp did it on his album, and I'm not for it. I'm not here for it. I want the drums to come in so desperately. I'm ready, Uzi, come on. I'm ready, baby Pluto. That was worth the wait. Oh my god, I love this. If this is Baby Pluto, if this is Uzi's Baby Pluto character, I'm excited for these first 6 tracks, man. The 6 tracks that are under his Baby Pluto alter ego. I am vibing to this. This is certified vibes. This goes hard. I'm so happy that I like Uzi's music going into this.
I ain't fucking bitch so long, I do it in a Honda clothes. I had to count my money on the board. All I eat is fish plates. My diamonds are cold in the freezer, my wrist is in the hill, my bitch.
Okay.
I made a video, yeah.
The way he's flowing kind of reminds me of Love is Rage Uzi. Like, the production's different to what he would use in that project, kind of. But these sound like Love is Rage Uzi flows to me. Oh my god, Uzi.
Yo, what the fuck was that?
Baby Pluto, that is certified bop status. God, that was hard. I love the production on that. The way Uzi was rapping was great. Had a lot of faster flows on here, and I like that. Oh, and the way the drums kicked in, so hard. The aggression on this track really did remind me of Love is Rage 1, Lil Uzi. I feel like on that project, he rapped with a bit more rasp in his voice, and that was present on this song. And I loved how that sounded. That with the more kind of happy, dreamy Lil Uzi Vert style of production sounds great together. And then the autotune just added that little extra layer of harshness to his voice that made it sound even more like he was rapping. He was going in. It's still slightly mad at him saying that pussy was sticky, but I'll give him a pass for that one because the track was a banger. Baby Pluto went hard. So we already started it off with a track that I love. Let's go into track number 2, Low Main.
Dopstick came with a large low main. It's the clip in it, nigga. I ain't got no aim. Ball main, pocket feel fresh, romaine, storm hurricane. Nigga pull up, think he G.I. Joe, man. 762, turn him G.I. Jazz. That Rico and Boot, they be knee high.
Oh my god, I wasn't expecting the beat to come in like that.
King of my city like Leon, man. Hit of these niggas by Eon, man. She let me touch for the free on, man.
I swear Lil Uzi could just say anything and it would just sound pretty cool. This one I wasn't too sure about it at the very start of it. I was like, oh, is this going to be kind of one of those darker, more minimal sounding Lil Uzi Vert tracks? But then the beat dropped in and it's still kind of consistent with the last one. It still has that sort of upbeat sound to it, and I'm happy with that. Hearing Uzi over that production is lovely. So Low Main is going good so far.
Make sure my brother good Eli, man. Cartier's got diamonds all in the middle. I'm walking all on the money. When I move, my diamonds still sunny. Took JT out the city. Yeah, make a hoe get way too sticky. Yeah, wait.
Can sticky just not be a substitute for wet, please? Wet works.
It's amazing to me how my baby pull up with a fat ass and no skinny waist. It's amazing to me how I spend all this money and I ain't even going myself. Yeah.
Ooh.
That's just smoking with the...
What can I say? Another track that left me smiling the whole time. It just felt good to listen to. Lil Uzi was swagging out. I like the intensity that Baby Pluto seems to be having on his tracks. I mean, lyrically, Lil Uzi isn't saying anything too crazy, or at least new. Like, he had, you know, little bits of wordplay here and there. There's some nice lines in there, but like, he's saying the typical Uzi stuff that you would expect Uzi to say. But it's an album where I'm not focusing too much on the lyrics, unless anything stands out to me as standout bad lyrically. I'm just focusing on the sounds here, how Uzi's rapping, how his voice sounds, and how the production sounds. And this sounded great again. The first 2 tracks on this, they have not missed. They have not missed at all. We're 2 for 2 so far, so let's move on to track number 3, Silly Watch. Oh.
I came in with a new 40 Glock. Fuck on your bitch, make that hoe want a milli run. I want my boys and know we do not milli run. She caramel, but I call that bitch butterscotch. Dog fires, yeah, they chopping that super like. Got my money, then I had to just flood the block.
This is the sound of Lil Uzi Vert that I don't like so much. I like the more happy, upbeat type of stuff. Most of the time when Uzi's going over darker, more sinister beats like this one, it's not something that appeals to me as much. It does sound sort of unique hearing a voice like Uzi's over beats that are so dark and kind of menacing, but I don't know, it just doesn't really do anything for me. Even if the production is hard on this song, I'm not the biggest fan of hearing Uzi over something like this.
I'm so lit, I can make your whole strip hot. Hit your bitch, yeah, she make me one body rock. Yeah, your bitch, she a daddy on daddy.
Yeah, this one's definitely not for me. Yeah, not a fan of Silly Watch. It's just, like I said, not the style of production that I personally like hearing Lil Uzi Vert over. It sounds a lot more like SoundCloud, Love Is Rage 1 style of Lil Uzi. I personally just prefer it when he's not over beats that sound like this. That's all I can say. I like it when he's got some really light, melodic beats. That's the kind of Lil Uzi Vert that I like. And this one, yeah, that's gonna be a skip for me most of the time. Also, was that kind of like a little shot at Playboy Carti on the hook? Because I know Carti and Uzi have had like a little bit of beef recently, and he said, "I'm with my boys and no, we do not milli rock." You know, that could be a reference to Playboy Carti, Magnolia. Maybe it's a shot, maybe not, I don't know. If it was, it's a very light shot, so nothing too crazy. Silly Watch, not for me. Moving on to the next one, we've got track number 4, Pop. Sounds like it's gonna have that darker sound again.
But on the real, she in the now. Diamond water, yeah, it look like a river. Look like I'm standing in D now. If you really didn't get that last line, then you level on the brain of a child. See the rain pouring down.
Yeah, if you didn't get that line, it's a very obvious line, but is that something you really need to say? That's literally Lil Uzi pointing to that line and saying, look at this very basic piece of wordplay I used, guys. Look how basic it is. I'm vexed about that. I'm heated. I'm heated.
I ain't getting that chip, bitch wanna duck. Man, she going dumb, she don't stop. Put it in her mouth, make her jaw lock. Pop, 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 pop that ass, do the dash. I'll be running out of gas every time I go to the mall just to pop the tags. Wanna pop, I'm the nigga make it bitch wanna pop. I'm the nigga make it bitch wanna drop. I'm the nigga that your bitch wanna top. I'm the nigga make it bitch wanna pop.
Maybe I don't like Baby Pluto.
Your bitch wanna top. I'm the nigga make it bitch wanna pop.
It's still going.
Oh my good no little bug, got a multi bow tie. Wanna rock my Dior. making beats wanna pop. I'm the nigga making beats wanna pop. I'm the nigga making beats wanna drop. I'm the nigga making that chip beats wanna drop.
Abducted.
Okay, I'm actually curious for the next track now. That was a nice little setup for it. That whole abducted thing. I do like the ending skits on each of these songs. Like the ending skits, they really kind of fit the cover. The more I hear this album, the more that I feel like cover 2 is the one for this album, the cover that it has. Because if you don't remember, Lil Uzi posted 3 covers on his Twitter and we could choose between them. This one suits the vibe of the music I'm hearing so far the most. That's how I feel. For me, cover 2 seems like the only real option here. Especially with how the little skits at the end of the tracks are. They have this kind of alien, abduction, outer space theme going on. So sure, the beat on this one, it did have an instrumental that fit the cover. It has this kind of weird, synthy, outer space, sci-fi feel. Which is cool. It fits the cover. It fits the theme of the album, I guess. I just don't like how it sounds. At all. There's something about it that just sounds so empty. It feels like there's something missing. There's something that doesn't quite click. There's something missing here. This one and Silly Watch, those are 2 instant skips for me. We had a lot of repetition on this one. It was a relatively long song for Lil Uzi Vert, like 3 minutes, 48 seconds. When the hook is literally just, you know, the same phrases over and over. He's dropping repetition everywhere. Balenci, 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 Balenci. It's like he's trying to summon the Balenciaga Candyman. I guess Baby Pluto is more like the way that Uzi raps rather than the production style that he picks. Because the production style from the first 2 tracks and these 2 have had a different vibe to them. So I'm guessing Baby Pluto is just the one that raps. He has that harshness in his voice, some rough auto-tune over it. So track number 5, second last one in the Baby Pluto segment, You Better Move.
Oh, you better move. Oh, you better move. Oh, you better move.
This reminds me of For Real from Love Is Rage 2. It has these weird kind of like sci-fi sounds that just kind of jab into the beat.
Might catch the flu, banana clip, straight from the zoo. I'm like,
how do I feel about this?
they bust right through the roof. Saw your crowd at your concert on snooze. I'm a dog, bitch.
The beat is creative. I like the little sample it's got going, but I'm not sure how I feel about this one overall.
You better move. Oh, you better move. You better move. You better move. You better move. You better move.
It's 3 tracks in a row that have missed for me. These are missing.
Man, you more like a zoo. Made her eat on my dick with a spoon.
Yeah.
Oh, you better move.
Nah, yeah, this is some hot ass, sir.
Banana clip, straight from the zoo.
This beat is actually dope, but again, my problem is that I don't want to hear Uzi over a beat like this. I'm not saying he can't make music like that, it's just I'm not gonna like it when he does. I wasn't expecting the album to go like this so far. Loved the first 2 tracks, and then the last 3 have just completely missed for me. Again, we had a lot of repetition, one of those beats that has this darker, weird sound. But I'm really waiting for the sound to switch up now. I hope that the next track doesn't sound like this one as well, because it's something that's not appealing to me whatsoever. Track number 6, the final one in the Baby Pluto segment on this album, Homecoming.
I got I think they Nikki and I fuck with Nikki cause she not too picky. I play with a kitty, it's stick. I'm moving the beat, chill like an alien, chop with the 50.
Sticky again. Oh my god. Guys, I don't know if I'm doing something wrong here, but I would never describe pussy as sticky. It's literally the opposite. It's slippery. This is not a discussion I thought I'd be having in one of my reaction videos, but here we are. Okay, I don't mind if he's going over it like this. Like, he's going off on this one. Those 808s, I love those. He was channeling his inner future there. Like I said, I don't typically like this style of Lil Uzi Vert, but he is going in with his flow on this one. I can't be mad at that. Here we go, we got another little skit at the end.
Why am I strapped down? Wait, I just gotta hit this button. I'm out.
I like that the album has a small bit of a cinematic idea behind it. As for that song, like, that was my favorite one out of the harder Baby Pluto style tracks. Out of the last four, Homecoming was the best one to me. That one, I feel like the beat and Uzi's flow was just too unrelenting for me to not get sucked up in the energy of it. The 808s were hitting so quickly, you had that dum, 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 like those little stab sounds that were sampled on the beat. All of it flowed together really well, and Uzi was just absolutely riding over that beat. Overall though, I don't know if I'm feeling this Baby Pluto idea that much. And that's something you might notice I'm really focusing on that. It's because I really want to look for the differences between Baby Pluto and Renji and Lil Uzi, considering he made like such a big deal out of it, and the album is split into these segments. Now let's move into the Renji portion of the album. I believe Renji is much more happy, much more upbeat, so we're about to hear that, I'm assuming. So track number 7, I'm Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry for everything I ever said. Yeah, I'm sorry if you were misled. She got me acting all sad, damn. Everything bad, damn. That's why you get
okay. Renji's a bit more sentimental as well.
I have no ice on my rollie. I drive my whip like it's stolen. She thought I was gonna say get it, but
oh yeah, this better be one of the bigger hits from the album. This is the Uzi that I like.
now she's bossing, yeah. My life fucked you, yeah. I'm unlucky, and I'm sorry for everything I ever said. Better off dead, yeah. She got me acting all sad, damn. Everything bad, damn.
How does Uzi make breakup songs that make me smile? Like, that was a breakup song, but it didn't necessarily sound sad. He was in a relationship with someone that was a fan, and clearly it didn't go very well. But it still sounded very melodic, very bright. That's why Uzi's music makes me feel happy. Even when he's focusing on a sadder topic like a breakup, still has a very bright sound to it, very upbeat, and can uplift you, despite it being about something that's kind of sad. I'm liking the Renji vibe so far. I definitely think this is going to be a very melodic section of the album, based off of I'm Sorry and how Uzi's described them. It's a song that I liked a lot, and I think that could definitely be one of the bigger songs from this project when it's all said and done. So let's move on to the next one. Hopefully we get more of that kind of upbeat, bright sounding Uzi. Track number 8, Celebration Station. That beat is insane. That arpeggiated melody, the vocal sample, it's all hitting. I can't get over how insane the beat is on this song.
Hello? Hello? You never seen it. What's all this? Hello?
Jesus. The beat on that song was crazy. I think that was the main thing I focused on. I mean, I guess on this song, Lil Uzi's voice was more like another instrument on the song. So he just kind of, the instrumental and Uzi worked perfectly together on here. I'm liking how Renji sounds. I'm liking Renji. Song went hard, made me feel super happy again. Nothing I can complain about on this one. These songs definitely seem to have a higher tempo to them. They almost have more dance elements to them. Like with the vocal sample on this one, the really arpeggiated synth melody. Celebration Station, that was another great one. Let's just keep it going. Track number 9, Bigger Than Life.
Let's go, let's go.
Okay, we got the strings going.
And when I do a show, it's 100,000 with the video, probably with this paying out.
Honestly, I feel like a Lil Baby feature would go hard on this type of production.
So when I'm switching my clothes, yeah.
Is that like a choir?
And they made so many millions, ain't nothing to think about.
What the fuck is happening here?
Even though I made it out. And when I do a show, it's 100,000 with the video, probably with this paying out.
This is like melodic gospel trap. Okay.
They had to go get a big bag. Brought the big bag for the break.
This is crazy.
Okay, my life is great. Walk around with a whole lot of Gucci's.
I feel phenomenal right now. Thank you, Renji.
Ain't nothing to think about. And she fuck with me because I am the one that still come back even though I made it out. I thought she was G when I put in my D. She was screaming.
This is crazy.
Got a V12, that's all on my engine. That's probably the reason I'm out here be racing out.
This instrumental reminds me of a like Gunna Lil Baby type beat. I can't believe I'm saying this, but maybe Gunna would have been a cool feature on this song. Or more likely Lil Baby, because I actually prefer Lil Baby. I think Lil Baby would slide over this beat. I think in a sense it's almost a little bit of a missed opportunity not putting Lil Baby on this song. I think it can make the track even bigger. With just Uzi on this track, still great. Loved that one. The whole choir mixed with the melodic trap sound was beautiful. That was something nice. It just elevated this song to a whole different level, because if this was Uzi like a few years ago, it would have just been, you know, the standard elements of the beat. Like the way the song started, that's probably how it would have sounded for the whole thing. But I feel like now he's taking it to a different level with the choir integrated into this. I thought it sounded phenomenal and it made me feel incredible. Renji is lifting up the spirits. That was a mad song. I loved that. That's been my favorite Renji song so far. Even though there's like 3 songs that I would skip on this project, I'm still really loving this experience so far. So let's move on to track number 10, Chrome Hearts Tags. Produced by Chief Keef. Okay.
We used to sit in the same room and I still probably would text you. No, she ain't never gonna talk back. Get big money, that's a tall bag.
This gospel trap music vibe is, oh. Chief Keef can produce like this? Ooh, yeah.
She don't know where I stay, fuck that girl on vacation. No, she ain't never gonna talk back. Get big money, that's a tall bag.
I feel that beat deep in my soul, man. Hell yeah. Again, big shout out to Chief Keef for the production on that. That was wild. That beat slap. I am loving this mix in this segment of the album of the choir vocals with the melodic trap sound. I mean, if you've watched any of my videos where I've reacted to albums that have songs that mix choir and rap elements, I've always said that it's like one of my favorite combinations to hear. I think it works so excellently together. It makes everything feel so powerful and so strong. And that was the case with this song, Chrome Hearts Tags. I love how the mix is working together on here, and it's done in a way that I've never really heard it done before, because like I said, I don't know if I've really heard the melodic trap style of sound being mixed with choir music before. The only thing I would say on that one is I feel like Lil Uzi's flow kind of was unchanging for most of the song, so I don't feel like it maybe needed 3 verses. That's the only thing I'd say about it. I think this song could have been a little bit shorter, or maybe Uzi could have thrown in some more flow switches. But the way it is, the beat's so crazy that I'm gonna listen to it no matter what. Track number 11, Bust Me.
I remember she said fuck me, now that girl wanna fuck me. On my watch, make her at the market say please talk to me.
I can't get enough of this melodic choir trap sound. Oh my god. Words can't express how much this is hitting for me. Oh my god. I'll let that line slide. This is still going hard. Thank God I got into Uzi's music before I listened to this project. I'm so glad I'm enjoying this as much as I am. Oh my god.
Where are they going? You gotta hit that button right there.
You are now leaving EA, the dark world.
Okay. We're leaving EA. Yo, whoa. I'm sorry, I just heard the first bit of the next track played, and that was the sample for Way Back by Travis Scott. I remember Uzi just said that he cleared that. Oh, I'm so ready to hear the next song. I'm so excited to hear the next track now. But Bust Me, another great song. I'm loving the production style on this Renji section. I love what it's doing. And again, like I said before, this is all music that perfectly suits the second cover. I could not see any other cover that Uzi had fitting the sound of the music on here. No way. God, I'm feeling this music just through my entire body. I'm not CDTV the Uzi stan anymore. I'm CDTV the Renji stan. I'm changing my name on Twitter to that right now. You can go follow me at CDTV Productions on Twitter. My name now is going to be CDTV the Renji stan. Oh. I don't even have words at this point. I just have sounds. This is great. Well, let's move on to the next one. I'm so excited for this track because I heard that Way Back sample by Travis Scott. Track number 12, Prices. Oh my god.
1, 2, 3, yeah. You is a lie. You is like a from these sides. It's about matching too tight. I see my op through the sights. That bitch wanted to tell a good night. All white on my eyes like rice. She got a condo.
Uzi with the harmonizing. It actually took me a while to get used to the sample with this drum beat, but now I'm feeling it. It's working. The only thing is, I don't feel like it works in the chorus. Uzi's voice kind of sounds out of tune with the beat at this part. Crazy. It took me a while to get used to hearing the way back sample with this drum beat over it, but I grew to like how it sounded. It sounded a bit rough during the chorus. I feel like Lil Uzi's voice was a bit too nasally and a bit too high pitched for it to sound kind of in tune with the beat during the hook. But again, that's something that did start to grow on me the more it went on, so I can't complain about it too much. Don't even know what to say at this point. This Rangy section, that's the end of the Rangy section now. It went insane. It's Rangy over Baby Pluto for me. I'm guessing that might be the end of the whole choir trap thing, but for the songs that we had with that sound, it was absolutely ridiculous. Love the way back sample on this. It really fit in with the vibe that the past few tracks have had. It was perfectly implemented in that sense. Let's move on to the last stretch of the album. We're now going into the songs that Uzi has labelled as the Lil Uzi Vert tracks. Track number 13, Urgency, featuring Sid. Uzi hitting them high notes. We still have choirs in the background, okay. Oh my god. I haven't actually listened to much of Sid's music. I just know her because of her past with Odd Future. But my god, she has a nice voice. Alright, Urgency was nice. That one definitely had more of a laid-back vibe to it. Kind of brought things down after how crazy and just upbeat the Rangy segments were. Not brought it down in a bad way, but brought it down in terms of it was more calmed down. I really liked the chorus where it was Uzi and Sid singing it together. That sounded great. It was a bit more laid back, less grand than the other tracks, but I liked that. I liked the vibe this had to it. And we got 3 more songs left before it gets to the bonus tracks. Let's move into the next one, track number 14, Venetia. Oh my god, the little xylophone melody at the end of the bar there. Ooh. Niggas, I don't care if they give me 30 breed. I cannot see the haters like I missed. Oh my god, I'm in a rain. Ooh, he was going in there. Say I mumble too much, what the fuck is you saying? Your girl in my bed and you know she be laying. She tell me up problems, act like I'm late. I love his 1, 2, 3, let's go ad lib. It really gets you hyped up. This album is slapping. Oh my god. There hasn't been a single song that I think is bad since You Better Move. I don't know how any of you guys feel about this project. It'll be interesting to see your thoughts on it down below, but for me, this is absolutely worth the wait. I mean, it's not like I was waiting 3 years because I only got into Uzi like last year, but still, I think this project is absolutely worth the time it took to come out because the production on here is absolutely ridiculous. I love the little xylophone melody we had at the end of the lines there. Uzi's rapping is solid. He put some thought into like the kind of concept it would have. He has these different alter egos. I really enjoy everything about this project so far. I mean, I've still got 2 songs left that I haven't heard, but this genuinely is an album of the year contender for me. I'm not noticing like too much of a difference between the Lil Uzi Vert section and the Rangy section. Not seeing like the Lil Uzi Vert section have its own defining traits as much as the Baby Pluto section did with the harder songs, the aggression. I don't know, I'll figure it out on more listens. For what it's worth, that track was crazy though. So, let's move into the second last track on Eternal Atake. Track number 15, Secure the Bag. Oh, I love those heavy, like, deep synths. I was so wrong. Yeah, secure the bag. This is a game. This is a game. Me and you boys when we not the same. He said he better than me, that's all. Keep somebody that I love close by. That's it, Uzi. Put some heart in those vocals. Oh yeah, the second verse on this was my favorite part of the track. When Uzi is like putting all that force into his vocals and his voice is cracking a little bit, sounds great.
I never saw anything in my whole entire life like this. I don't know what they were, bro. Bro, I gotta drop this album, all this, bro.
Secure the Bag, another one that just absolutely slapped. This album, I've been loving this. For me, Eternal Atake has absolutely lived up to the hype. My favorite part of this song was the second verse, like I said, where it felt like Uzi was putting more emotion and force into his vocals. Like, I think that sounds really great, and it sounds like there's some real passion behind that there. But again, all of it was really great. It still stuck with that theme of this outer space, atmospheric production. It was another banger. It does not feel like I've been sitting here for 2 hours. I've been sitting here for 2 hours exactly at this point recording this reaction. Doesn't feel like it. This album is flown by in a very good way. So let's close it out. Track number 16, the final track on Eternal Atake, P2. Oh, I completely forgot he said there was going to be a sequel to EXO Tour Life on this album. This is the sequel to P2, it's part 2. Oh my god, I'm not ready for this. It has a lot to live up to, because EXO Tour Life is an iconic song. For me, that song still hasn't gotten old.
I don't really care, I'm done.
Oh wow, it's the same melody and everything.
Yeah, everything I said, messing with your head, messing with your head.
I didn't expect it to be this similar, okay.
I've been texting her all night. She know I was going wrong. She left me right on red now. I'm no hater, you we in the same way, but only difference is that you do not own me. I can just tell by the way that you're driving it. I pull up in that car just like a stone. Yeah. So counting with my thumb now. Money make me numb now. I don't really care cause I'm done.
I'm really conflicted. I'm trying to decide how I feel about this.
Messing with your head, messing with your
Because if this was a completely original song, I would love it. It's just the fact that it's so similar to the original.
yeah.
Production from TM88 is crazy though. There we go. That's the end of Eternal Atake. P2, I'm conflicted on this one because I feel like it was so derivative of the original EXO Tour Life, like using the exact same melody and flow on the chorus. A lot of the verse used the exact same flow and cadence. A lot of it feels like the exact same song with different words. It's basically Lil Uzi Vert covering his own song. Maybe the more I listen to this, maybe I'll start liking it more than the original EXO Tour Life, maybe I won't. But at the moment, it's just kind of tough. This is the song version of copying the homework and changing it slightly. Except Uzi's copying his own homework. I was wondering when Uzi said there was going to be a part 2, like how similar is it going to be? And I guess the answer is very similar. It was a really good sounding track, and like I said, if that was an original song, I would have loved it. So, now that we've finished with that track, now that the album's over, let's get into my overall thoughts on Eternal Atake by Lil Uzi Vert. Again, not something I expected to be saying today. This album for me absolutely lived up to the hype and all the delays that it had. There are barely any songs on this album that I disliked. I like the theme it had with the production, I like this whole outer space alien theme. I quite liked how the skits at the end of the songs tied the album together, even if those skits were just Lil Uzi saying, "What? Push the button. Where am I? What's going on?" I still enjoyed it. I think it was nice to have a kind of loose cinematic theme tying everything together. And again, I stand by the fact that cover 2 was absolutely the best choice for this album, with how it sounded, with those skits. That's the cover that fits it most. Cover 1 and cover 3, they don't really fit the sound this album has going for it, in my opinion, at all. If I had to give a little ranking of Lil Uzi Vert's alter egos on this album, I think I would go Renji at the top. The Renji segment of the album was crazy. Lil Uzi Vert, and then Baby Pluto. Baby Pluto had one of the best songs on the album, but overall, I like Renji and the Lil Uzi Vert personalities much more. I don't think I have to explain why. I think it's very evident from how I reacted to their songs throughout this video. So, let's do what we always do at the end of these reactions and go through favorite and least favorite tracks. My favorites on the album, I'd go with Baby Pluto, Low Main, Bigger Than Life, I'm Sorry, Bust Me, and Venetia. I think that's what I'm gonna go with. Those are the ones that I think I'd pick as my favorites from my first listen. As for least favorites, this is super easy. Silly Watch, Pop, You Better Move. Those were my least favorites on the album, it's that easy. But the good news is that those least favorite tracks were really the only ones that I disliked on this project. Everything else hit me, apart from maybe P2, but that's one that I feel conflicted on. Maybe that'll grow on me. I think that Lil Uzi Vert delivered on this project. I love the whole space theme he had going on. I especially loved during the Renji segment, the whole melodic choir trap thing. That was such a great sound, and I'd love to hear more songs like that from him. This project absolutely lived up to and exceeded my expectations, which is something that I didn't know if I was going to be able to say about it. The production across this whole thing was phenomenally done. Apart from Pop, like Pop was my least favorite beat on the album. I didn't like how that sounded at all. But outside of that, most of the production was pretty phenomenal, so shout out to all the producers that were on this album. Uzi was spitting all over this. I love when he's using his faster flows. That's what made Homecoming so entertaining for me, even if it was over one of the harder, sinister beats. Like, his rapping on that was ridiculous. He definitely went in on a lot of these songs with his flow. Honestly, I don't think I have a big grand summary for this project. It's literally just, I love this. I really enjoyed this from my first listen. Would I have liked to see some features on here? Yeah, like I said, I think Lil Baby would sound great on Bigger Than Life and would make that a bigger song. Maybe it would have been really fitting to see a Travis feature on Prices, but the way it is, I think Uzi carried it. So that is my thoughts on Eternal Atake by Lil Uzi Vert. What did you guys think of this album? I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. Let me know down in the comments below. And also, give me your ranking of Lil Uzi's alter egos for this album. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this reaction, I would appreciate you leaving a like. If you are new to my channel, I would appreciate you subscribing. Hopefully see you all in the next one. And this is CDTVThaG, signing out.